I never thought my perfect life would shatter in one horrifying moment. But when I walked in on my fiancé cheating with my best friend, my world exploded. And what I did next destroyed them both in ways they never saw coming. It all started so innocently, or so I thought. But looking back, the signs were there, screaming at me if only I'd listened. Buckle up, because this is the story of how betrayal turned me into a force of revenge that changed everything. Let me take you back to the beginning. I was 28, living in this cozy apartment in downtown Seattle, working as a graphic designer for a tech startup. Life felt like a dream. I had a loving fiancé named Alex, whom I'd met in college, and my best friend Sarah, who'd been by my side since high school. We were the unbreakable trio, or so I believed. Alex and I had been engaged for 6 months, planning a spring wedding with all the bells and whistles. A beach venue in Hawaii, custom invitations I'd designed myself, and a guest list full of family and friends who kept telling us how perfect we were together. Sarah was going to be my maid of honor. She even helped me pick out my dress, gushing over how stunning it was. Inner thoughts raced through my mind back then. How lucky I was. How this was the fairy tale I'd always wanted. But setups like this are just illusions, right? Little did I know, the conflict was brewing right under my nose. It started with small things. Alex began staying late at work more often, claiming project deadlines, but his phone would buzz at odd hours, and he'd snatch it away with a nervous laugh. "Just spam," he'd say, but my gut twisted each time. Sarah, too, seemed distant, canceling our weekly coffee dates, saying she was swamped with her marketing job. I brushed it off as stress. After all, we were all adults with busy lives. But one evening, I came home early from a client meeting, excited to surprise Alex with takeout from our favorite Thai place. The apartment was quiet, too quiet, and as I tiptoed in, I heard muffled voices from the bedroom. My heart pounded. Was someone hurt? I pushed the door open, and there they were. Alex and Sarah, tangled in our bed, the sheets I just washed that morning twisted around them. Time froze. Alex's face went pale, stammering, "Babe, it's not what it looks like." Sarah burst into tears, covering herself, mumbling apologies. The betrayal hit me like a truck. My fiancé and my best friend? How long? Why? Inner rage boiled up. I felt sick, humiliated, my mind screaming questions I couldn't voice. I didn't scream or cry right then. Instead, I calmly told them to get out, my voice ice cold, while inside I was shattering. They scrambled for clothes, Alex begging for a chance to explain, Sarah sobbing that it just happened. As they left, I locked the door and collapsed, tears finally coming in waves. That night, I paced the apartment, replaying every memory. Our group trips, the laughs, the secrets shared. How could they do this? The conflict escalated in my mind. Was I blind? Did everyone know? I dug through Alex's things, finding texts on his old phone. Months of messages, flirty at first, then explicit. "Can't wait to see you tonight." From Sarah. "Miss you already." From him. It had been going on for at least 4 months, right under my nose. The pain was unbearable, but it sparked something. A resolve. I wasn't going to let this break me. I was going to make them pay. The next day, I called in sick to work and started plotting. First, I needed evidence, so I screenshot everything, backed up the texts, even recorded a voice memo of my thoughts for sanity. But revenge? Oh, it had to be smart, not impulsive. I remembered Sarah's big promotion at work. She'd bragged about it, how she'd landed a client that could make her career. Turns out that client was a mutual contact from my design network. With a few calls, I accidentally let slip some truths about Sarah's unprofessional behavior, backed by those texts showing she'd been distracted by personal drama. Within a week, the client pulled out, and Sarah got demoted. She texted me furious. How could you? We were friends. I didn't reply, but inside I felt a twisted satisfaction. This was just the start. Alex, meanwhile, was begging to talk, leaving voicemails about how sorry he was, how it was a mistake. Mistake? Ha. I never thought my perfect life would shatter in one horrifying moment. But when I walked in on my fiancé cheating with my best friend, my world exploded. And what I did next destroyed them both in ways they never saw coming. Building on that, I decided to hit where it hurt most: our shared finances. We'd been saving for the wedding in a joint account. $15,000, mostly from my freelance gigs. Legally, it was mine too, so I withdrew my half quietly, then forgot to pay the rent on our apartment, which was in his name. He got eviction notices while crashing at his parents'. But the real twist came when I found out about his side hustle. He'd been selling custom prints online, using designs I'd created for fun. Copyright infringement? You bet. I filed a claim through my lawyer friend, and his shop got shut down overnight. He lost thousands in sales, panicking texts flooding in. Please, let's talk. I need those designs back. No chance. Emotionally, I was a wreck. Nights of insomnia, questioning my worth. But each small win fueled me. Friends started siding with me after I subtly shared the story. Without details, of course. And Sarah's social circle shrank. She posted cryptic tweets about toxic people, but I knew it was aimed at me. The conflict peaked at a mutual friend's birthday party I happened to attend. Alex showed up cornering me. I love you, not her. It was stupid. Sarah arrived later, glaring daggers. I smiled sweetly, toasting to new beginnings, but inside my mind raced with the next move. Resolution came in layers, each one sweeter. I channeled the pain into my work, landing a huge client who'd heard about my resilience. My income doubled, and I moved to a better apartment with a view of the city lights. Symbolic, right? But the big reveal? I discovered Sarah was pregnant. From Alex, based on timelines in those texts. They hadn't told anyone, but I pieced it together from overheard whispers. Instead of exploding, I waited. At our would-be wedding date, I hosted a freedom party for close friends, where I casually dropped the bomb in a group chat they were still in. Congrats on the baby, you two. Hope it's worth it. Chaos ensued. Family outrage, friends unfollowing them en masse. Alex's parents cut him off financially. Sarah's job let her go amid the drama. They ended up together, but miserable, in a tiny rental far from the city. Me? I started dating someone new, genuine this time, and my design business boomed. Looking back, the setup was a lie. The conflict nearly killed me, but the resolution? Empowerment. Yet, just when I thought it was over, another loop began. Fast forward a few months. I'd mostly healed, focusing on self-care, therapy sessions where I unpacked the betrayal layer by layer. Mornings jogging by the waterfront, evenings sketching ideas that turned into viral art pieces. But then, Alex reached out again, desperate. We need help. The baby's coming and we're broke. Part of me pitied them, but the scars ran deep. The new conflict? They wanted money from our old savings, claiming it was fair. I laughed. Fair? After stealing my trust? Inner debate raged. Forgive or fortify? I chose the latter, donating the remaining funds to a charity for betrayed partners, posting about it anonymously online. The post went viral, thousands sharing similar stories, and suddenly I was invited to podcasts, turning my pain into a platform. Sarah commented anonymously, bitter. Some people play victim too well. But the resolution hit hard when their relationship imploded. Alex left her, citing the stress, and she was alone with the baby. I didn't gloat, but closure washed over me like a wave. Another arc unfolded when I ran into Sarah at a coffee shop, months later. She looked exhausted, pushing a stroller, eyes red from crying. "I messed up," she whispered, begging forgiveness. My heart softened a bit. After all, we'd been friends for years. But trust? Shattered. I told her calmly, "Actions have consequences," and walked away, my mind clear. That encounter set up a final internal conflict. Hold on to anger or let go? Resolution came in therapy, where I realized revenge had been my crutch, but true healing was moving on. I blocked them both, deleted old photos, and poured energy into a new book deal about overcoming betrayal. Sales skyrocketed, and I traveled, speaking at events, inspiring others. The twists kept coming. Alex tried suing for defamation, but evidence buried him, costing him more in legal fees. In the end, they faded into irrelevance, while I thrived. But wait, the ultimate shocker? Turns out Sarah had been the instigator, confessing in a leaked email to a friend that she'd pursued Alex to one-up me, jealous of my life. When I got that tip anonymously, it sealed everything. No regrets. I never thought my perfect life would shatter in one horrifying moment. But when I walked in on my fiancé cheating with my best friend, my world exploded. And what I did next destroyed them both in ways they never saw coming. And now, here I am, stronger, wiser, with a story that proves betrayal doesn't define you. What you do after does. Drop a comment with your platform of choice, like if you learned something new. Share this post with friends and subscribe for more social media comments.